What's going on, guys, girls? Rob here. And so much explosion coming from that NFC Championship game yesterday. I mean, there's so much coming from it that I can't believe it. Look, when we rank quarterbacks, when you rank quarterbacks across the board, the number one thing that comes to mind to me is winning and winning big games. Winning and winning big games. That's it. What else is bigger? What else is bigger than winning the big game? There's nothing. Okay? That sets good quarterbacks away from great quarterbacks. And look, we can go on regular season records, playoff records, whatever you want to, okay? But this is one that's going to stick under the craw of a lot of people that are Green Bay fans. And I'm sorry, okay? But who's the better quarterback? Eli Manning or Aaron Rodgers? Numbers don't lie, folks. Numbers don't lie. You know? Regular season, Aaron Rodgers, is great. In regular season, Eli Manning was just average. But when it came to playoff time, when it came to the playoffs, and he knew that guy, the one across from me, is keeping me from going to the next round of the playoffs, Eli Manning's a better quarterback. You want numbers? I got numbers. He's got 2 Super Bowls. Rodgers has 1. Look at the NFC Championship game. Rodgers has went to 5, and he lost 4 of them. Well, he doesn't have quite the defense. Look. Before you even choke on your own words, look at who beat him yesterday. Look at who beat him yesterday. You don't have a 20-year lucky streak. You don't have a golden horseshoe up your ass for 20 years. You don't do it. You don't have it. You don't do it. Was there a chance that Aaron Rodgers could have taken that lead in that game? I've had people that are Aaron Rodgers fans say yes. 3rd and goal, he runs back to the 12-yard line, right between the 12 and 11-yard line, and there's one guy in front of him, and he's not even got the best angle in the world. He's kind of side, and he can run straight toward the pylon. He makes a first down, even if he doesn't get a touchdown. But he goes that way, but no, he throws the ball in the end zone, hits the ground, turns to 4th down, and they kick a field goal. When they went back and asked Aaron Rodgers yesterday, he said it wasn't my idea. Was not my decision. So obviously he's dumping that on Coach LaFleur, which, hey, that's not really dumping. All it is telling the truth. Matt LaFleur came up with that decision. What should have been asked him was this. During that 3rd down play, why didn't you run the football? Why didn't you run the football for that 3rd down play? How many times in his career would he not have run that football? You go back and watch. I don't care if you watch 100 plays with Aaron Rodgers. One guy that didn't even have a great angle with him, And he could have took a 2 o'clock. He didn't even have to run at way over 1 o'clock. He could have took a 2 o'clock and kind of run away from him and run toward the goal line at the same time. How many times in his career has he turned and thrown that football like that? Not many. Not many. It's pressure, folks. It's pressure. It is NFL playoff pressure. And it mounted on him. And you could tell the tension once the game was over with. It had mounted on him. And he's not one to take pressure. You've got a lot of quarterbacks out there. You know some of them that I've come back to that it just comes right back to the word go every time. I've said it 100 times. Phillip Rivers was not he's not a pressure quarterback. He's not a guy that's with all the pressure and tension of the playoffs. He's not a player like that. And neither is Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is not a playoff caliber quarterback that can stand attention. He just cannot do it. And you're like, well, look at his record, Rob. Look at his record all day long. Look at his record all day long. Okay? It's just a little bit better than 500 in the playoffs. Go back and look at the big name quarterbacks. The closest one probably is Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning's 14-13 in the playoffs. And he won 2 Super Bowls. 14-13. But he won 2 Super Bowls. That shows you right there. It's not an easy thing to take on the pressure. Big Ben, he's 13-9 in the playoffs. Okay? He's 13-9. He's got a winning record, yes, but I tell you what, to be above 500 even in the playoffs means you got to be winning more than you lose. Obviously, no big giant science to it. But Big Ben's got 2 rings. Go back and look at the guys that have been successful. Playoff record means a lot. And that's why Tom Brady has 30-some-odd wins in the playoffs. And what has he lost? 11? 12? Something like that. He has got almost a 70% win record in the playoffs. What's up, Sean? And that's why I tell you right now, for us to even consider, to even be thinking, okay, of putting Aaron Rodgers in the top 5 all-time is nuts. It's crazy. It's crazy. Look at the numbers. NFC championships. He's won 1. And he's lost 4. He's lost 4. You've got scrub quarterbacks that have got better records than that. Scrub quarterbacks. You've got quarterbacks that don't even belong in the talk of being great, or even good. They don't belong there. They just don't. And then when they ask him questions, the one question I would ask, nobody asked. Why? And on that 3rd down play, you're running toward the goal line and you stopped at the 11-yard line. Why did you throw the football? Find me any other time in his career. The guy was standing at an angle, an 11 o'clock angle. So he wasn't even straight in front of him. And he could have went straight 2 o'clock and went straight to the boundary. Got a first down, maybe a touchdown. You find me one play ever in his career that he's going one-on-one with a guy, running at him, and doesn't keep running. find it. You won't. Why won't you? Because it's playoff pressure. He felt, and I've heard it from other quarterbacks have said it. They feel Brady in the back of their neck, clawing at them, and that's what happened. They feel that tension in the back of their neck, and it's because Brady is on their back. And they realize if we score, guess what? He's coming right back at us again. He's coming right back at us again. And he's going one-on-one with a guy running to the end zone, and he throws that football. And you will find it nowhere. Imagine if Brady had Lamar Jackson. Yeah. But have you ever, and you tell me, Sean, you tell me, you sitting right there, have you ever seen Aaron Rodgers stop and not keep running when he had the chance to? Ever. Because he can run with the football, folks. He's not a clown when it comes to running with the football. But how many times one-on-one does he make people look like fools? All the time. All the time. He makes people look like idiots. He makes people look like fools all the time. All the time. He had the playoff pressure on him that he had to score right then. And then he has a nerve. After that, it was fourth down. You got a rookie head coach. You got a head coach that's never been there before. And he's saying, let's get the points. And I go back and think now, maybe it's not the worst thing in the world to take those points. You just saw what he did, and he could have run for a first down. They get to 3. Brady got, it wasn't the smartest thing in the world, but after you just saw what Rodgers did, what do? Rodgers just had a clear way to first down. You tell me. You're standing right on his sideline, 50 yards away, and you see where he's got an open lane and he doesn't take it. Do you trust your quarterback even more and be like, okay, well, we're 11 yards away? I don't know. That kind of tells me that the coach didn't do as bad as the quarterback did. Because the quarterback said, I didn't have anything to do with us kicking that field goal. Hey, do I trust you? Why should I trust a quarterback that when you're running, you've got an open lane, wide open, tractor truck wide open, and you don't take it on third down? Why should I expect you to take it on fourth down? And this coach has to figure out everything he's going to do in 25 seconds. And he sent that field goal kicker out. And I got thinking, why wouldn't he? You just saw what your quarterback is capable of doing. You could be on the sideline saying, run, 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 and he's throwing that football. And it's a low percentage pass anyway because he's laying on the ground. Chances are that ball's not getting caught. And he got 2 guys all over him. But if he runs, I would say it's a 95% chance he gets a first down and a 70% chance he scores. So, LaFleur's catching hell today too. But I'm telling you, think about it. Think about it. Look at where LaFleur was at. He's sitting right on that sideline watching that wide open. Go, damn it, go. And he throws that football. Yeah. Well, right. And what have I said? What have I said? You knock Rodgers off of his game, he's just an average quarterback. He's just an average quarterback. You knock him off his game, he's an average quarterback. He's not Cool Hand Luke. He is not Montana. He is not Aikman. He is not Brady. He's just not. He got rattled. He got rattled. Now, he threw for over 300, didn't he? I think he threw for over 300 yards. Packers versus Buccaneers scoreboard.
The Packers lost 31-26 yesterday against the Buccaneers.
We know that. No, he threw for more than that. He had better numbers. He just did not make good decisions. He did not make good decisions in prime time when you had to. 346. He threw for 346 yards. But think about it. Think about it. The chunks that he got were not when he needed them. Remember when Tom Brady was getting rushed and he had the safety in his face and he threw the ball down the field 30 yards. He threw the ball down the field 30 yards and got it intercepted and rolled out of bounds. Just like a punt. Just like a punt. He threw it 30 yards and he rolled out of bounds. He didn't run it back or nothing. Because he thought maybe he could get it on a hot blitz. He might be able to find the guy wide open. And what did Rodgers do? 3 and out, lost 5 yards on a sack. 3 and out. Brady got the ball right back. Had 60 yards. Second quarter was where they've been outscoring everybody all year, and they got outscored. The only quarter they had that was a great quarter yesterday was the third quarter. That was it. But every time he could come down there and actually take a lead, he threw the ball 20 yards over somebody's head. He never took off running. Think about that. Rushing yards yesterday for Green Bay right here. I don't see his name. Aaron Rodgers never ran the ball one time yesterday. Not one time. Think about that. Think about that. He never ran the ball one time. And look, I've always said this. You got to be mainly. Did he get sacked 8 times? I don't think he got sacked that many times, did he? He got sacked a few times. But he didn't get away from the pressure like Brady did. Let's see how many times he got sacked. No. Let's see how many times he got sacked. He got sacked 5 times. What's up, Axe Raider? He got sacked 5 times and got knocked down 7. Brady runs like a chicken. Brady just finds ways. Axe Raider, I'm coming up right now. Listen to this one, Axe Raider. I'm saying Aaron Rodgers is not a top 5 quarterback ever. What do you say to that? He's not a top 5 quarterback ever. What do you think of that? And I got numbers to back it up. You don't agree? I got numbers to back it up. What? Oh, you don't have him in your top 10 all the time. At my Brian, what's going on? How about this? How about this number right here? When Aaron Rodgers has been down 10 points in the playoffs, guess how many times he's ever won? Anytime Aaron Rodgers was down 10 points in any game in the playoffs, guess how many times he's won? In his whole career, if he's down 10 points in the playoffs, any playoff game, doesn't matter if it's against Carolina, Dallas, Washington, whoever. Is it one or none? It is none. He never has won from 10 down. Ever. You know what that tells me? Would I put Marino over Rodgers? No. Marino had the same attitude. Marino just had a lot of yards. That's what he did. Marino played, and a lot of people say, well, he didn't play on a very good time. Marino had turnovers at the worst time all the time. But look, I've listed you guys before that have a wrong attitude. Because look, anybody can play when they're winning. Name me a kid out there. Name me a kid when he's hit 3 home runs, he's not happy and tickled. But if he strikes out 3 times, that's when he's got to keep his head in the game. That's what's happening. These guys that are good quarterbacks, I'm not calling Rodgers a bad quarterback. I'm just saying he doesn't have the right frame of mind to win. Deshaun Watson, right there with him. Every time shit goes wrong, excuse my French, every time things go wrong, he is jumping ship. Aaron Rodgers jumps ship. My man that used to hit the Chargers, Phillip Rivers. Look at the attitudes. I'm telling you, when they red around the ears and stuff and just mad, and you can tell they're throwing stuff, you're better off if you go to the sideline, take the person that you need to talk to, pull them beside of you and talk to them. Go back and watch Brady anytime in his 20-year career. Yeah, Watson, 400 yards a game. But when it comes time to win, he's not a winner. Cam Newton won it. He won the MVP 2 years ago. Did you see how he reacted in New England this year? Every time something went wrong, he was throwing that helmet and taking that do-rag off his head and slinging it and stuff. Who wants that on your team? Dwayne Haskins, who is the softest quarterback of all time? I don't know who would be considered the softest. Dwayne Haskins, though, look at him. And that's why he's one and done in Washington. Pittsburgh's going to take a chance on him, but guess what? That coach is not going to put up with his garbage. You go come in there, you're either going to play or you going to go. There's too many of them out there to whine. Too many of them that cry. Too many of them, it just ain't going right for me. Guess what? Suck it up. You don't have – look, Ryan Leaf won't there long enough to be a soft quarterback. What's up, Keith White? I don't care if you like Tom Brady or you hate Tom Brady. It doesn't matter to me. His numbers show what he is. But look at the way he conducts himself when he loses and when he wins. And all you had to do was to see the handshake yesterday when Brady shook Rodgers' hand. Rodgers are looking us away. He never looked a man in the eye and said, good game. No. He's a whiner. He is a whiner. He's a whiner. When do you need a quarterback to be good? You don't need a quarterback to be good when you're 38-5 or 38-7. Hand the ball off. You need your quarterback to be good when you're down 10 points, down 20 points. That's why I say anybody that puts Aaron Rodgers in your top 5 all time, something's wrong with you. 1-4 in NFC championships. 1-4. And look, and and I'm not an Eli Manning fan, but he won 2. And then the game behind it, he won those 2 Super Bowls too. Think about that. They're not tough enough to handle the aspects of being a pro. Well, the thing is just being a pro person, man. That's stuff you learn before you become an athlete. Is how to handle losing and winning. That I think it comes a lot into you being brought up, the way you're brought up. Are you kidding me? When I played high school ball and high school baseball, and we were serious. I was looking at colleges to play college, and if we lost, if I would have went to my mom or my dad crying, I can tell you one thing: my mom would have said, or my dad would have said, "You won't play the next game." If we had lost the game and I'd have went crying, she'd have said, "Nope, you ain't playing the next game." Because number one, it's a game. Number one, it's a game. I wasn't getting paid for it. I wasn't getting paid for it. But they raised me to look at the people that are having success and all right, try to emulate that. Emulate success the best way you can and emulate the positives on any person that you can. Look and see what that team did to beat you and try to do what you can do to try to emulate that. Try to do it. Well, and the thing is, though, at O'Brien, this is the play that made or broke that team yesterday. Remember they had 3rd and 4 at the 12-yard line, 3rd and 4. And Rodgers comes up and he runs all the way to the line of scrimmage and throws the football. Go back and watch it play. Anybody can go back and watch that play. The guy defending him was not even straight in front of him. He was about 11 o'clock. And if he had run 2 o'clock toward the boundary, number one, 95% of the time he would have got a first down. 70% of the time he would have scored. Yeah. And name me one other time in his career he wouldn't have run. We were just talking, me and Sean were just talking about that. Name me one other time in his career he wouldn't have run. It's called playoff pressure for a reason. He threw that ball because he had to score now. He had to have it now. I'm telling you. You won't ever find enough. You can go back and probably look at 50 of his games, and if he had had that much open field, he would have run 99% of the time. Hi. And he didn't run right there. We wouldn't be talking about the fourth down field goal right now. We wouldn't even be talking about it. Because he would have got a first down right there. He might would have scored, but he would have got a first down right there. And I don't care who was across the line. If that had been Ray Lewis right there, he would have run on him. He would have run. Imagine if NFC Championship quarterbacks next season are Ryan Leaf and Jamarcus Russell. Tebow and Joey Harrington. That touchdown before the half, I believe they said Brady called that. Yes, Arians really does trust it. Yeah, he actually, and I'm telling you, anybody that wasn't thoroughly confused by what the Buccaneers did with 12 seconds left in the half, number one, I thought they were going to try to call them offsides. Okay? They're at the 45, for goodness sake. 45-yard line. X-Rater says, hi, Ms. Rob. They're at the 45, and they got to get a first down. And 4th and 4. So I'm thinking there's no way they're going to snap this ball. No way they're going to snap the ball. Yeah. You can tell Mahomes was playing yesterday. He meant business. What do you think Andy Reid will end up among the best coaches of all time? Well, Andy Reid's got to be up there because he had a Philadelphia team that he took to a Super Bowl. He took to three other NFC championships. No, 4. They went to 5 NFC championships with him. And now he's went to the AFC championship and now a Super Bowl twice. So this is 3rd Super Bowl for Reid. This is this is a 3rd Super Bowl. He's 1-1 in Super Bowls. He's got to be up there. He's got to be up there. Now, is he in the top 10? Be careful what you say about that, because I'm telling you, you look at some of these coaches that have been in Gibbs. He is 3-1 in Super Bowls. There's a lot of good coaches. Chuck Noll, Landry, top 10. I'm not sure Reid's going to be top 10. Got to be close, though. He's got to be close. Tomlin's up there. Andy Reid with 3 straight conference championship games in Philly and 3 straight in Kansas City. No one else has done it. Yeah, I understand that. But you got to win. But you got to win more than you got to win some. And the fact is, he never won in Philly. He's only got 1 Super Bowl. If those Eagles teams had Mahomes instead of McNabb, Reid would have had more rings. Well, McNabb was the worst signal caller I've seen go that far and have no clue. Okay, if you want proof that he had no clue, number one, does anybody ever remember Bengals versus Eagles 2006, something like that? And at overtime, it's a tie. And he's doing like this. He's getting ready for second overtime. Somebody has to tell him there's no second overtime. He's like, he has no clue. He was clueless. But if you go back and watch that game, I think it was the Bengals. I think it was the Bengals and the Eagles. And they went and they had a tie game, 05, 06, 07, somewhere along that. He's doing like this. Johnny Manziel in the Super Bowl versus Uncle Rico. So McNabb wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer. Number two, the talents that they had in Philadelphia didn't get along. They just didn't. They did not get along well at all. I understand Reid has went to 6 conference championships. 2 out of 6 Super Bowls is not bad, I guess, but go back and look at some of these other guys that got there even more, Yeah, I saw the Ottavino trade, yeah. The Red Sox. I heard about it anyway. I hadn't seen it, but I'd heard about it. To pop him in the top 10, you gotta look at a lot of coaches that have got 3 and 4 rings already. Pittsburgh with suspended wide receiver Montavious Bryant joined CFL's. Oh, really? The Argonauts? Yeah, like his Steelers coach. He has 2 Super Bowl rings. He's 2 for 2. I mean, I guess Reid would pass him if he wins the Super Bowl this time. But there's a lot of coaches that have 3. There's a lot of coaches. Which of Tom Brady's Super Bowl teams would you say was the best overall? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, this team right here he's got right now is one of the top 3. I really believe it. He had some stinking defenses when he went to the Super Bowl. He's got a good defense right now. They've got an excellent chance to win the Super Bowl too. He's 6 of 9. He's 66%. 3-point dogs is all they are, and they know it's going to be a high scoring game. They got 57 as the over under. They know both teams are probably going to come close to hitting 30 points. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Anybody that think, there's no way I would give a touchdown either way in this game. There's no way. It may have. Well, I'll tell you where I think if Brady and company has an advantage. If Brady and them have an advantage, it's going to be on the defensive end sides because the Chiefs' left tackle and their right tackle is out. The original left tackle and right tackles are out for the Super Bowl. Look at Jason Pierre-Paul yesterday. He was a madman yesterday. 2.5 sacks, and he knocked Rodgers down 4 other times. Those two guys, Sean says hello.
Hi, Sean.
And then the both of the ends for Tampa are Pro Bowlers. Today is Mrs. Rob Day, says Axe Raider.
It is?
That's what he said.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
He only has one hand. Like you say, he got 2 or 3 fingers on that other hand. Yeah, that's it. But he was capable of getting Aaron Rodgers down. That has to be the biggest concern right now for Kansas City. They're gonna have their safeties back too. Tampa will. The biggest concern for Tampa has got to be if they can run the football. Yeah, that's it. Brian, exactly. They're two offensive tackles, and that's a lot. That's a lot because if it was guards, I wouldn't think as much about it because they would be running through the middle, and he could run outside and try to escape it. But if they're coming from the outside, watch out. Watch out. He may not have a whole lot of time to throw the football when it's National Yams Day. That's Sean's thing there. Did Aaron Rodgers choke? You tell me. You tell me. Did you see how he handled the press conference? I thought it was a joke myself. And a lot of people are saying he's going to another team now. It's not going to happen.
Who?
Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers says, I don't he's still signed, right? As far as I know, he's still signed for next year. They're not going to try. It's not like the Houston team is going to come up and say, well, guess what? He didn't even look Brady. That's it. He didn't look Brady in the face when he shook his hand. I said that yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the guy, he is not genuine. Wisniewski, you think will be at guard and Riley will go to tackle. They could. They're still Bobby Catalano's here.
Hey, Bobby.
It's not actually going to be a Pro Bowl being played. Right. That's going to be that's got to be the biggest concern for the Chiefs right now is the defensive side. I mean, their offensive side of the ball, especially the backside of Mahomes. He cannot afford to get hit. He cannot afford to get hit. Hey, Mrs. Rob, with a big heart she put up there. How about that? The biggest concern I would say that the Tampa's got to have is their linebacking core has got to keep 15 in front of them. They've got to. Although yesterday he didn't really go running crazy. He threw the ball and he played a smart game. Played a real smart game. Didn't take any unnecessary shots. And I said yesterday, we found out 2 days ago that they're not going to be able to fly down to Tampa until Friday before the game. 2 days ahead of time. That's it. So they can have a walkthrough on Saturday on that field, but that'll be the first time that Kansas City gets to touch that field. Now, of course, Tampa can't touch a field now for the next 2 weeks. Tampa's linebackers will be the best we have faced. Yeah, and they're going to be faced with a challenge. They're going to be faced with a challenge. And that's why I say this is one of Brady's top 3 teams, I think, just due to the fact he's got a stacked offense, but he's got a very good defense. And I actually put Tampa's defense a little ahead of Kansas City's defense. I think they're a little bit better. And look, what was that Ric Flair used to say? If you go on cheat, you got to learn how to cheat. Tampa yesterday did not get called one defensive foul. And did you see some of the stuff they did? They stuffed their hands in their back pockets. They stuffed their hands in their trousers. Anything so it wouldn't look like it was stretching their jerseys. They done anything they could just to stay close with them. Axe Raider, can you do a tribute to Kobe? I don't like a basketball game at all. But I don't have any basketball games, Saxon. I sure don't. But we will mention it. Yeah. Because Kobe, I've said a lot of times, I actually think Kobe Bryant was a better ball player than LeBron James. I'm one of the few that says that. What was that wrestling game Al Red Sox fan was playing last? I don't have any idea. It has already been 1 year. I do not know. I did not. I was not up last night and watched it. Sadly I didn't see it. But I can go back and check it out. I will go see. But Axe Raider, we will bring it up tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. And I don't care if you agree with how Kobe led his life, whatever. No, nobody deserves to play in a crash like that. Nobody deserves to lose their life.
As far as the 1 year anniversary,
tomorrow is. Yep. Wow. We blew up their secondary in the first quarter. Oh yeah, yeah. You're all right. You're exactly right about that. Yeah. Now Tampa's getting has got one of their corners back since then. We'll see if that makes a difference. But also go back. If you want to look back at numbers. You can stretch them any kind of way you want to. Look at the way the Saints dominated them. Wrestling's finest PC game. Oh, okay, is that what it's called? Look at the way the Saints dominated them both times. Winfield's supposed to be back. Both the safeties supposed to be back. Yeah. Yep. Both of the safeties supposed to be. And they played the Saints twice in a year. And they got their butts kicked both times. And I was the first to say, look, Tom Brady has never lost to a team 3 times in one season. Ever. I don't know. Eric Berry, you don't hear much out of him anymore. Did he retire? Didn't Eric Berry maybe go to Miami? Where did Eric Berry go? NFL player Eric Berry.
According to Wikipedia, Eric Berry is a former American football safety.
He's retired. He never recovered enough. Yeah. I saw he has some guy named Gorgeous George wrestling. Well, I got Gorgeous George wrestling on mine, Keith. I got Gorgeous George on my wrestling. Sure do. He wrestled in the NWA for years. He used to fancy his hair up and all. I had a lady actually did it for him. And I think in real life it was his wife. And so, he was back from the 50s and 60s, wrestled some in the 70s because I remember seeing him. At least 60s. I'm not going to say 50s, but 60s and 70s because I remember watching Gorgeous George. And a couple of them kind of took after him. wasn't never the same, I don't think. But he used to come to the ring with flowers in his hair and all that kind of stuff. It was funny to watch. He was funny to watch. I'll be the first to say right now, I'm not going to pick this game until a week and a half from now. I think it has the makings of a great Super Bowl. Could either team get blowed out? Sure, they could, especially if they lose the wrong players. If Kansas City lost Hill or if Kansas City lost their quarterback, no, I didn't watch him in person. No, I watched him on TV. If Kansas City lost Hill, if they lost Mahomes, or if they lost Kelsey, they could be in some serious trouble. If flip it the other way, if Tampa lost Brady, if they lost some of their offensive line, they could be in trouble. Or if they lost Pierre-Paul, they could be in some serious trouble because they counted on that pass rush yesterday, and it worked out. It worked out. They really had a nice pass rush, and they got after him, Rodgers, a lot. And but yeah, 1-4 in NFC Championship games, and the pressure got to him. The pressure got to him. If you go back, like I say, the biggest play of that game yesterday, it was when they had 3rd and 4. And he gets back to the 11-yard line, and he's like, yes, good morning. And I think Kelsey is a key to the game. I think so, too. Tampa needs to find a way to take him out. Yep. I agree. But I say the biggest play in the Tampa-Green Bay game yesterday, Rodgers goes back to throw. He runs to the 12-yard line. He's got a guy standing at 11 o'clock from him, not even straight in front of him, right? Not even straight in front of him. He's got a straight 2 o'clock lane to the end zone. And he's got a guy laying down in the end zone, and he throws the football. Find me one other time, I don't care when in his career, that he would not have run. I don't think you'll find one. What would you do if they invited you and Bill Bergey to flip the coin for the Super Bowl? I would flip the hell out, Keith. I would flip out. The Monstars will steal Tom Brady's talents, and Chiefs win 66-0. Axe Raider. I think it's going to be a good game. I really do. I think Tampa has a better defense, and I no doubt KC has a better offense. But the variable is Tom Brady. Can he dial it up, throw for 3 or 4 touchdowns, a couple 250 yards, and not turn the ball over? That's going to be the big thing. I would flip out if they even mentioned it. Even if they had me come up there for a preseason game, anything like that, I'd be like, wow. Who is the biggest under the radar player for each team in the Super Bowl? Wow. Under the radar player for the Chiefs. Who's at number 17? I don't know his name even. I'm sorry, guys. I do not know their whole team. I would say he's the biggest under-the-radar player for them because he's capable. He's a little short guy, too. He's capable of running back anything. Is his name Hardman? He is capable of – he can be a receiver and do 42-31 KC is my prediction. Brady needs to play better than he did. Oh, I agree. He's a little short guy, just a little bit taller than Hill. Runs back punts and stuff, I think. Is it Hardeman? Yeah, maybe that's his name. I think he could play a big role in this game. I really do. Yeah, I don't really think Fournette. Everybody was laughing about him 3 yards in this cloud of dust and falling down. 3 yards in his cloud of dust and falling down. Fournette can do that, and they can win. They can do that. They have got to count on their offensive line. They've got to give Tom time enough. And look, it may sound stupid, but how about Gronkowski? Well, Tom's never had a running game. I kind of laugh at that.
Tom's never had to run.
Tom's never had a running game. Tom's running game's always been throwing to guys 4 yards and 5 yards. That's always been his running game. It would help if they could run a football, but he's never had a running game. I mean, even when James White was there, yeah, they ran the ball some, but he threw the ball in the Super Bowls 6 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards, 6 yards. That was their running game. I think they just got to give Tom time to throw it. I mean, if he has to throw it 50 times, he has to throw it 50 times. I don't have a problem with that. But they got to try to run a football. Fournette, though, they ain't been able to run it the last 2 games. They ain't been able to run it the last 2 games, and they won. I don't think it's a necessity. I think it would be a luxury if he could run a football. Well, I think they got to throw first. I think they got to throw and open up the running lanes. I disagree totally there. They got to throw the football whether they're trying to fool Kansas City or not. They got to go straight up against them and throw the football. What I want to see them do is when they think they're going to throw it, run a football and see if they can get 6, 8, 10 yards. Actually, yeah, nothing wrong with that. I feel just the opposite, though. I think they got to throw the football to open up the run. That's what I think. And because they just have not been able to run a football. They just with none of their runners. McCoy, they're saying may not even make it for the Super Bowl. We'll see. He hadn't played any yesterday. He played some in the game against the Saints. He played a little bit, but he didn't play at all yesterday, I don't think. So he may not even be on the roster. But who will have a bigger Super Bowl, Kelsey or Gronk? Oh, Kelsey. Gronk didn't catch but 2 passes yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But you look at the passes Gronk caught, pulled him out of some serious troubles. One of them was a little 2-yard screen pass, and he ran for 30 more, something like that. But, oh, yeah, Kelsey is a must for Kansas City. If Kelsey doesn't catch but 2 passes in the Super Bowl, trust me, Tampa Bay is happy. If Kelsey only catches 2 passes in the Super Bowl, they got it. McCoy is on Tampa Bay and Le'Veon Bell is on the Chiefs. Yeah, ain't that some stuff? Raiders fans may be watching from the Chiefs catching them in Lombardi Trophy. Yeah, wouldn't that be some stuff? Yeah. But, yeah, Gronk has got to play a part in this Super Bowl. And I think he can because their safeties are not big enough to stick with him as far as big enough to be able to, handle him. And I don't know any linebacker that can cover him other than maybe 2 in the whole NFL. One of them named Khalil Mack maybe, but I don't think Kansas City has a linebacker that can stick with Gronk. And that's going to be the telltale right there. How often is Gronk going to be moved out to the wide side? And then that's going to put one of the safeties on one of the like slot receivers. That's going to be the telltale right there. Can Kansas City's safeties cover Brown or whoever they put in the slot? I just don't think so. I really don't. I think fully loaded, 2 weeks off, Tampa can go in there and tell them, we're gonna throw the football 50 times at you, and I think they can be successful, even if they know it. I don't think they can do a lot. Will they stop them some? Yes, no doubt about that. But I think they've got enough weapons they can be fine with that. The guy from Green Bay almost ripped the Tampa Bay. Yeah, Sean, you're right. That they had to throw that flag. They would probably the league would have really had a problem had they given out Coach of the Year yet, or have those awards coming this weekend. They can't match up safety on Brown. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Brown he'll be a slot receiver sometimes when they put Gronk out wide. And they really don't want to put a safety on Gronk. They got to put a corner on him because he's 6'7". And that's what I'm saying. Brown's not even 6 foot tall, but he can zoom by safeties. And they didn't have him last time they played, did they? Or they just were getting him, I think. Yeah. They're going to be fully loaded. They got Brown. All of them will be back. They said Brown could have played if it had been Monday night, maybe. But he was still hurt, and they just benched. They put him on the bench. It was a coach's choice. But they said he could have been like 60% yesterday. He's 5'10", yeah. They should have Tyreek Hill. Well, one thing about it, nobody's going to outrun Tyreek Hill. I don't care who it is out there. That'll be the funny part. But Coach of the Year this year, I mean, AFC's got to be. Personally, I think it'll be the Buffalo coach. Now, I don't have a problem at all if Andy Reid wins it. I don't have a bit of problem if Andy Reid wins it, but I think Buffalo's coach will win it. Coach of the Year in the AFC, NFC, Ron Rivera. I didn't say that, guys. I did not say that. Me and Keith laughed about how long Ron Rivera's even going to keep his job. He definitely don't deserve it. I certainly hope Tampa's coach doesn't win Coach of the Year because I think he's a joke too. I really do. I think he's a joke. They were talking about him pregame yesterday how great a coach he was, and me and Keith were both laughing that one off. I mean, he is. Oh my God, he's a product of what they've thrown in front of him. He is a joke. Ron will be there for another 4 or 5. Oh, I know he will. I know it. We got to put up with at least 4 or 5 more years of crazy nut play, I guess. But yeah, maybe he'll get him a quarterback in there. But yeah, Arians is definitely. Anybody says Bruce Arians is a great coach, all you got to do is look at some of his past history. He's a nut. Stop eating wings. I think Stefanski in the AFC, possibly Nagy in the NFC. Stefanski, Cleveland's coach, maybe. I don't look like Bruce Arians now. I'm going to say Buffalo's coach. I'm going to go with Buffalo's coach. In NFC, oh, man. And Nagy could get fired, man. Nagy still may get fired. They still talking about firing him. I don't understand why Miami is not going to the Chargers. That was a job made in heaven. But I still think, even right now, that his job is not safe. I really don't think his job is safe. And Nagy's job, yeah, he don't even have a starting quarterback. I mean, come on, you got to do something about that. You can't keep changing quarterbacks week after week after week. And he didn't play the same quarterback 4 weeks in a row until right there at the end. 4 weeks in a row, they kept changing. You can't do that. If I were voting, I would give the Buffalo coach AFC Coach of the Year. NFC Coach of the Year, I'd have to go with LaFleur. And he's first-year coach. And people are like, Well, he's got the great Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, the great Aaron Rodgers is not so great. We're finding that out. Colin Kaepernick versus Paul Cruz. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm telling you, and people can say what they want to. Aaron Rodgers is not a top 5 quarterback of all time. And a couple people in here today said they don't even think he's a top 10 quarterback of all time. You don't go 1-4 in the NFC championships. 1-4, right? You can't do that. And I mean, Cousin Doofus got 2 Super Bowls. Cousin Doofus. And is he better than Rodgers?
Cousin Doofus is?
Yeah, they know who Cousin Doofus is. Is he better than Rodgers? You tell me. Pete Carroll, yeah, he belongs as a coach of the year, all right. Yeah. Seattle's wanting to behead him now. Idiots. Seattle's the stupidest city out there. Seattle's got to be the stupidest people out there. Because number one, the one time I didn't. Yeah. You forgot about LaFleur. Yeah, who is better than Rodgers right now? Brady. He wins. Breeze was better. Kid in Kansas City. Mahomes is better. Buffalo's quarterback is better. Tony the Tiger's better than Rodgers. Look, Rodgers is just not a winner, folks. Rodgers is just not a winner. Name me one quarterback. Name me one quarterback ever in the playoffs that's been down 10 points and never won one game. 10 points in the playoffs and never won. Boom. Enough said right there. He can't come back. If he's been 10 points down, he lost. He lost. Anybody can win when they're winning 44-0. When you're losing, you got to be a quarterback. I know Tampa Bay and several others now. I asked about the comparison you made. I will disagree with Breeze, though. He can't. Well, I understand Breeze now is not that great a quarterback. I'm talking career-wise anywhere. I'm talking about career-wise. He's not a top 10 quarterback. Yes. And I'm not putting Marino up there either. I'm not a Marino man either. Exactly. I have never said Dan Marino's a top 10 quarterback. I don't think he is. But I definitely don't think Rodgers is. When you Brady and Peyton, my top two, if I'm going to go 2, would be Brady and Montana. Just due to the fact they know how to win. They both knew how to win. They could win. Exactly. Top 10 to 15. I'm fine with that. Top 10 to 15, that's fine. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that one at all. Top 3, you got Brady, Manning, Montana. It could be, yeah. Yep. And Manning only had 2 Super Bowls. And so did his brother only win 2. Roethlisberger won 2. See? Rivers? These names I give you guys. Trashed up in a week, Roger. Well, after his little and that's the thing. Steve Young above Marino and Rodgers. He had such a short body of work, man. I don't know his USFL numbers. I really never studied the USFL, but he decided to go there, and I don't hold that against him. Did he ever win in the USFL? Eli's the 3rd best quarterback in the Manning family, and his dad never won nothing. His dad was a punching bag of the NFL. Did Steve Young ever win a USFL trophy? soon to be fourth when his brother's kid gets in the league. Yeah. These kids, they can see the field as well as Montana did, and is just as smart with a stronger arm. Yeah. Mahomes has got such a short body of work. He's got short. No, so Young never did win a USFL title, and would he win one Super Bowl or two? He didn't win but one, did he? I don't think he won but one. I don't think he won. Young.
Hmm? Oh. Huh?
Let's all say hi, Mrs. Robb, says Axe Raider. If he only won one Super Bowl, I can't put him in the top 10.
Who?
Steve Young.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
How many Super Bowls did Steve Young win?
I don't think he won but one.
3.
Yeah. You say 3, but it is 2 times he's sitting on the bench watching the greatest of all time play. Bobby Hebert won a USA. I liked old Bobby Hebert. I liked him. Yeah. Steve Young won 3 Super Bowl titles. But two times he had 2 times he had a ball cap on his head. Whew, man. Vince Young was just, oh man. He had all the makings of a great quarterback. He could throw the football 40, 50 yards down the field on a rope. Yeah. I just, this year is going to be the best draft year we've had in the last 20 for quarterbacks. Because, I see where the Jets are going to draft a quarterback. Well, Sam Darnold, they've been talking about Darnold being so great. I'm seeing Miami's going to draft a quarterback. Well, you got Tua and you got Fitzpatrick. I mean, come on. Yeah, Kelly. The only thing great you can say about Kelly is did he go to 3 Super Bowls in a row or 4 in a row? 4, I think he went to 4 Super Bowls in a row, which is nuts. That's crazy stuff. But he had a stacked team too. Hall of Fame running back, Hall of Fame receiver, 4 in a row. Hall of Fame defensive end. Come on. I mean, they underperformed. That's the only way you can do it. Because 3 times they were favorites. Jim Kelly, great karate man. Jim Kelly, he's not the greatest of health anymore. Jim Kelly's not. And it hurts me when I even say Brett Favre is maybe a top 10 quarterback. I mean, Brett Favre used to run like a madman and have no idea where he was throwing the football. I think sometimes he closed his eyes and hoped. But maybe when he closed his eyes, he was praying and we didn't realize. He was saying, good Lord, please let this ball land. Because he threw it a lot. I mean, I'm serious. He was not what you would call the epitome of an NFL quarterback.
Let it land in somebody's hands.
Yeah, on my team. Yeah, on my team. Well, let one of the 10, let one year down in the NFL already has an equal number of respective conference titles as Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers. Yep. His running back, OJ, was a killer, literally. Phil Simms, best ever. Phil Simms had the best ever Super Bowl. What'd he go? 26 of 30? 26 of 30? I say he had the best ever Super Bowl. Doug Williams had the best ever quarter of Super Bowl. Turn that clock back. 1987, 25 of 20. Was it 25 of 28? Something like that. But Doug Williams in 87, all I say is find a better quarter of football ever in the NFL. Almost in any game. But I'm talking about in the Super Bowl, that was just nuts. 300 and some yards passing. And oh, yeah, Mark Sanchez, the butt fumble. The butt fumbler. Oh, my God. But, yeah, go back and look at Doug Williams. I mean, oh, man. You want to know you want two safeties that had rocks in their shoes. Go back and watch his safeties for Denver and that one. Oh my gosh, they run by these guys like they were waving at them when they run by. I'm like, oh my goodness, what are they doing? Dennis Smith, he wasn't that old. He just was slow. That's the only way to put it. Dennis Smith got toasted, man. I ain't lying. We were sitting back and we were calling him the Marshmallow Man. I remember that. Wherever I was sitting, because I wasn't old enough. I was like 19 or 20. I was 20, I guess. 19. I was 19 at the time. Maybe I was drinking somewhere, but we were sitting back, and I think my dad was watching me. I said, look at this. This guy is the Marshmallow Man. He said, why? I said, because he's going to get toasted. And over, they just kept throwing the ball right over his head. And, I mean, it won't like he was trying to run with them. He was running at them, and they just kept running by him. Lily, too. Either both of them. Lily and him. I mean, I was watching this old man live on YouTube. He was having a heart attack and ended the stream. You better not stop no matter what. Oh man, what's up? Oh, what's up, Alex? What's going on? Yeah, but they were maybe the two worst safeties. Dennis Smith made the Pro Bowl a couple times, and Lily and Smith. If you want to go back and watch, if you want to watch, like I'm serious, just a roasting. They score 35 points in one quarter. Washington does. Cam Chancellor play. He was fun to watch. One of Dar's friend is a friend of Cam Chancellor. She knows Cam. Yeah.
She went to school with him.
She went to school with him, yeah. In Virginia Tech. He went to Virginia Tech. He was the Marshmallow Man. Yeah, I'm serious, man. All you got to do is go back and watch that game. It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. Washington versus Denver. And it is just, oh, yeah, it is. And I ain't lying. They're down 10-0 in the game. Washington's down 10-0 in the game. Ask Cam, can I borrow some money? I don't know him personally. I don't know him myself. No. But yeah, that's the funny stuff, man. When you really, really want to go back and see where somebody just ate somebody's lunch. Looking back over this year, I am amazed and thankful that we even had have new respect for the commissioner. Well, you know what? All the players did pretty well too. But they have warned these two teams, you stay put. If you end up getting COVID, you're out of the game. Brian doesn't know what you all about. Sean tells everybody to shut up. He just is smart, but so sometimes you just got to chew back on him, okay? Like a mad dog. Say, Sean's a smart ass. Sean's a little girl. You might have to call him what Alan Shaw call. What does Alan Shaw call Sean? When he starts in, man, it's fun. What is that he calls him? Oh man, I'm gonna think of his name in a minute. Horace, yeah, Horace. He starts in on Sean. He calls Sean Horace, and then them two are at it. 40 plus years difference in their ages. Shawnita. No, it's Horace. He calls him Horace. And it's so funny when they get going at it. I'd love to see them meet up one time. Now, we've met Sean, and he had about 3 words in public to say to us. He didn't say much. He was real quiet. Call him Bean Pie. Rodgers is under contract with the Packers till 2023. Yeah. So Rodgers doesn't have a whole lot of say as to where he's going. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm going to retire. Really? Really? Ain't happening. No. But that number one, he shouldn't have gotten in front of the camera. He should have said, no, thank you. I decline. Pay the $10,000 fine. Do it. Yeah, he is. You're right. He is 37. It was hot that day, and I just woke up. Yeah, right, Sean. Sean's sitting there, and I meet up with him, and I got a big box for him. Now I was giving it to him. I handed it to him. I said, "What are you up to, young man?" He's, "Oh, not too much." I said, "Well, we got to take off and go. Whatever Rodgers just retired, he won't retire. He will not retire." Okay, Brian, was that pay dirt football you were playing the other day? He will not retire. I will. Oh no, I'd be beyond shocked. Sean wishes to be a Power Ranger. Yes, it is now called data-driven football. Oh, okay. So they've changed the name, pay dirt football, data-driven football. Okay, I'll write that down. Oh yeah, we already got ourselves some date to go on vacation too.
We do.
We do. So I've got dates to be able to take my pops fishing, guys. I hope you guys will watch it too if I take him fishing. So pay dirt football.
You know your pizza's in the oven, right?
Yeah, it's cut off. Data-driven football. It's yours too if you want some.
No, I already ate.
Le Champion. Power Rangers was my favorite show as a kid, Sean says. Oh, my goodness. Oh, boy. Power Rangers. What do they call them? The Mighty Morphine? Morphine? Or something? Morphine.
Not morphine.
The Mighty Morphine Power Rangers.
What
26 to the 5th. The Mighty Morphine. So that even tells you what those Power Rangers were into. Morphine. I had a season of that once, 1991, I think. It was a fun game. Definitely check it out. Mm-hmm. Friday to Friday, I think.
Okay.
Definitely check. She did that for us because she knows our Friday night what we like to do. Kelly Kapowski, I had the biggest crush on any TV show character growing up, says Axe Raider. Yeah, that's what was her name? What's her name?
Tiffany Thiessen.
Yeah, Tiffany Amber Thiessen. Yeah, that's her name. Yeah, definitely check it out. By Brian's channel, he's got baseball. He been doing 70s. Did the Phillies win the 70s title, Brian? I think the Phillies ended up winning that title. I've been watching it. And then now he's been playing some older games, Negro Leagues and the 50s. And been playing some older games. But in the 70s, I think the Phillies actually, my wife and I and my son have played it a half dozen times the past few weeks. It's fun. Yeah. And on your Apple, I thought the Phillies won that. Apple baseball. The heaviest man ever was John Brower Minnick, who had suffered from obesity since childhood. He measured 6'1" and weighed 442 kilos, which is 974 pounds. Good night. Boy, oh boy. Oh, me. £974. When I was growing up, I think if, and thinking back now, probably if we had crushes on anybody, Matt O'Brien might be able to help me out too. Anybody remember Wonder Woman? I think probably a lot of kids my age probably liked Wonder Woman a whole lot. Kelly Kapowski was way too young. But, growing up in the 70s and 80s, let's all buy Rob and Mrs. Rob a pizza for date night. Got a pizza in the oven right now for daytime. Raining outside here too, guys. We get a little bit of the rain. Let's show you the rain. Here comes the rain again. There we go. It's wet out there on the driveways, no doubt about that. You don't worry about buying Rob and him anything. Currently playing Fall Classic Baseball, 57, double elimination tournament on the channel. So just the season of 1957. And, sir, if you will, tell us who won the World Series that year, because I don't know. I'm going to say maybe the Dodgers. Maybe the Giants. So who was the champion that year? And they may not be the champion on your channel, obviously. Yankees. Yankees were the champion in 57. Who were the top 4 MLB teams of all time single season? Oh, my gosh. Oh, the Braves won that season, though. 27 Yankees, 01 Mariners, 99 Yankees, 04. Yeah. 04 Red Sox. I don't know if they get in the top 4 or not. Maybe not. Did you have a crush on Nellie Olson on Little House? No. Number one, I didn't watch Little House. This one watched Little House on the Prairie.
Not so much. I read the books.
Braves beat the Yankees in 57 World Series, lost to the Yankees in the 58 series. Okay, so the Braves won. Joe Adcock. Yeah. Tough. I'd love to see it. Yeah. So I gotta watch some of that replay because I want to see what Joe Adcock's card looks like. You get to show it. So he could hit. Man, he could hit. My dad was a big Joe Adcock fan. He wears the Braves jacket all the time. Little House had an episode on Town Baseball once. That's cool. Oh, really? Really? If Red Sox face Phillies in the World Series, Rob would have a good time. Rob would have a wonderful time. Yes, exactly. I would be rooting 55% Red Sox, 45% Phillies, and I can go home happy either way. Red Sox have won. What? 3 titles since me? No, only 2 titles, I guess. 2. 3 titles since me and Dar's been together, and the Phillies only won 1. So, yeah, I forget about 2018, 2014. Yeah, but they won.
Call him Dar.
You.
Why?
Wife of mine.
I don't like being called Dar.
Wife of mine. Wife of mine. I don't like being called. I'm going to go in here and get a slice of pizza, I think, now, guys. It's been in the oven for about an hour. Look like a barbecue. Talk to you guys later. Peace out. Yep. Yankees made another trade this morning. Yeah. With the Red Sox. Ottavino. And Ottavino, yep. We hard about it. It's
Peace out, peeps.
Peace out. Yep, it's just about peace out time. You're right. You all have a great, great day. Don't know exactly what we got going on tonight. I'm gonna go back. Go and definitely go check Apple Brian's channel out. He's got some great baseball on it, and he's playing a 57 series and double elimination. I think he said with all his teams. So it should be very, very interesting. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with my channel soon. I'm gonna get some more stuff. I'm gonna get some more sports going here very soon, and we'll talk very soon as well. God bless. Have a great, great evening, and I can't think of anything. I was trying to think if there's anything I forgot, but I don't think so. So have a good one, guys.